Welcome back to the Nostalgia Podcast. In this episode, we deep dive into a world where vibrant characters taught us valuable life lessons and where friendships were forged through the television screen. Today, we embark on a joyful expedition through the magical realm of PBS Kids. So think about your favorite show and tune in as we take a trip down memory lane on the Nostalgia Podcast. Welcome back, everyone. This is the Nostalgia Podcast, and we are joined here by two hosts, one fantastic and one that just keeps coming around, and I'm not exactly sure why. I haven't invited him. He just keeps showing up, and guys, I'm scared.
I just need money, man. Do you have a couple dollars I can get a McDouble or something, please?
Dude, they're not a couple dollars anymore. They're like $1.60 something for a McDouble. Right? Oh, maybe it's $2. Maybe I'm wrong. Wait.
Back in my day, McDoubles were $1.
Dad, I remember the dollar menu.
Do you remember the Buck Double from Burger King? Oh, yeah, sorry.
No.
You don't? All right. Well, I worked at Burger King for it, so.
God damn it, let me introduce you. We're joined here by Becky, the one and only.
Of course.
How's it going, other than working at Burger King?
Well, not anymore. I mean, that's been a little while. But like yeah, it's going pretty good. 3 days. All right.
That's it. Well, good. I'm glad you're here. Everyone else is kind of sicky at this point, but I'm glad you're here. All right. I just want you to know that. And we are joined by another fantastic host. It's actually your first time being here. And if you hear Mike in the background, ignore him. He doesn't matter. We're joined by Susan. Susan, how's it going?
Hello. It's going great. And my little,
See, that's what I expect out of a hi. Yeah, exactly. That's what I expect out of a hello for the podcast, Just a classic
just
meme.
Pretend I have some whipped cream on my face. It's like...
Exactly. See, you know what? She gets it. Becky, be more like her. But not too much like her. Because we need different personalities on
to
here.
Not be myself?
Yes. 100%.
Not everyone can be as cool as me. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Sorry, not sorry.
Be yourself unless you can be Susan, then be Susan. Is that what you're saying?
Be yourself.
Exactly. I'm glad you understand.
All right.
And I'm your host, John. I might sound a little different than normal. It's because I'm currently sitting in a hotel room in Hartford, Connecticut right now. But I'm actually here for a Pokemon event, just a trading card game and video game. It's a regional out here, so I am stuck in Connecticut, so I'm not at my nice little home area. So unfortunately, I might sound a little different. But we are still here, nonetheless, to keep this thing going for everyone who's listening, for all those 4.5 people listening. So we thank you. Make sure you guys are going to
What's
YouTube
the
too.
half?
I know. Are you just
a child?
You didn't get short people?
No. What if there's a kid listening? I guess that
I was thinking that it was like they watched half the episode and then stopped because it sucked so bad and just never came back.
Oh,
That's
I wasn't even thinking of it that way.
Soft.
Yeah, that's so much worse. But we're going to be talking about PBS Kids today, as you heard from the intro. But make sure you're going to YouTube and subscribing to us there as well, because that really helps. And it actually gets us just another way of commenting on the podcast. So if you have any comments, any, recommendations or anything like that, you can always put them in the comments of the episode.
I was going to say, episode suggestions.
Yeah.
Any episode suggestions would be pretty neat.
In any accent. Google translates it for us. So you can literally put it in Spanish. We don't care. We probably don't speak Spanish. I don't know about you guys.
Not an accent.
Yeah. John, where are you going with that?
Did you say accent? I heard language.
I said it.
I need sleep.
Like an accent.
Like, hello, governor. That's accent.
Funny.
You can still understand what I'm saying.
No.
It just translates.
All right.
Okay. Maybe.
I don't speak. I don't speak Spanish.
Baxter!
And you ate the whole wheel of cheese?
I'm impressed.
Respect. All right. Well, that's completely different. Every single bit of that. Every bit of that is different than PBS Kids. So let's move it back. We're going to talk all about PBS Kids today. Different shows we like, different shows we didn't like. But first, like every other episode, we're going to get things started with guess that sound. Our wonderful game show where our two hosts guess a sound that I decide to play, and they get 2 seconds to guess. If they don't get it, we give them 2 more seconds until they get it. Pretty straightforward. I'm guessing both of you are going to get this, so it's going to be whoever gets it first in the 2 seconds.
Now,
buzzer.
The pressure's on, man.
We don't have a buzzer. I wish there was like a raise your hand or something like that. That'd be
Meme.
just a pen.
Meme.
A pen.
But the sound is pretty easy. Unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of time to prep for today because I am not at home. But nonetheless, we're still able to do this for you. So we're going to get things started. The winner gets a certain amount of points. I'm actually, after this episode, going to set up a little sheet so we can keep track of points, since I'm just kind of giving them out all willy-nilly and whatever I deem acceptable.
Are you going to graph this like bar graph, or is it pie graph, and then turn that pie graph into a Pac-Man? Waka waka waka.
I can try. I'm not that good at Google Sheets yet. I can definitely I'll attempt the waka wakas.
Well, you better get good, son.
I'm not promising anything. Not at all. Not in the least bit. Well, let's go ahead and get on to guess that sound. I'm going to play a sound. You get 2 seconds of it. Let's see if either of you can get it. Are you two ready?
I'm ready.
To not pay me a pants. Yes.
All right. Here we go. We get 2 seconds. Let's see.
Magic School Bus.
Well, Susan gets it right away.
Nice.
I forgot about that
wow.
show. Love it. Have books. It's a tie now. My favorite
So
shows.
I didn't know if I wanted to make it PBS related or not. I was going to make it like a Disney thing. And then I was like, it's got to be PBS Kids. It's got to match, right? And like, even if you didn't get it, like the very beginning here is awesome. It's just,
everyone!
Yeah.
Please let this be a normal field trip with a
My
friend.
favorite dressed up as Cruising.
really?
Yes. She was the best teacher in elementary school.
See, I feel like everyone had that one teacher that was incredibly good and like fun, and then they all had one that was just incredibly bad. I know I did, at least. The gigantic
did she give
shift.
me some crappy grades in high school? That one, yes. But she also sang us the Pledge of Allegiance anthem.
The Pledge of Allegiance anthem?
I can't remember what it's called. I'm not a great American, I guess.
The national anthem?
We're going to pretend you're Canadian. How about that? And then you have an excuse.
I love maple syrup, eh?
There you go. Wow. I thought I was just in Canada.
Oh, sorry.
So, sorry. That's fantastic. Well,
if we have listeners in Canada, we're sorry if that was cultural appropriation or something.
We're
I didn't mean it. For sorry, yeah. They probably make fun of our accents too.
Probably.
You know what's funny?
Canadians.
Let me get a cheeseburger and go eat 14 hot dogs. How's that?
Well, that's just a regular Saturday evening here in good old America.
I didn't say it was wrong.
Can you at least switch it up with some snappies?
Snaps?
You forget that you cook the hot dogs with the hot barrel of your AR-15 after shooting a bunch of rounds.
Yeah, that's America. Let's face it. Yay. Maybe, you know what? We'll all pretend to be Canadian. Eh?
All right.
Yeah, all right.
I don't think you talk Canadian accent.
None of us. It's all the stereotypical Canadian accent.
Yeah, it's just stereotypes.
A bunch of the people I'm here with today are Canadian, and they don't have that. They're from just north of Toronto, so they're technically Canadian.
But they're like, so the bottom, their mouth, their like whole heads are disconnected at their lower jaw, right?
When they talk, they talk like this.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, yeah.
So the twins from South Park?
Hey, you got it.
Yeah. Yep.
But let's keep it away from South Park.
Yeah.
Considering it's, about PBS Kids, let's keep it a little bit more PGG's kids. So we're going to be talking about our favorite shows. We'll go through 2, each of us. I think that should be plenty to fill up an hour. I guarantee we're going to go way off in tangents, as we always do, as everyone comes to expect. So we'll try and get through everything we can. If we don't get to it, we don't get to it. But this is just part one, right? We're going to do other PBS Kids one. We could do one literally about some of these alone because there's so much to talk about.
Oh, man.
I mean,
yeah.
Magic School Bus alone. Like, I have so many memories of that show that it's insane. So, and I don't even think it's on any of our lists. That's how good some of these shows are. So we'll go ahead and let's we'll get right into it. Let's not even worry about any of the other stuff. We're done with Guess That Sound. We're just going to move right into the main topic here. And we're going to start off with the newest host of the day. Susan, why don't you give us your numero uno pick for your favorite PBS Kids show?
Wishbone.
Wishbone.
Because he is a dog that talks, and it doesn't have the stupid animation where they move their mouth because they didn't have the technology back then. But he recreates stories like the classic stories of, I'm blanking out now.
I remember the Shakespeare
like
one.
Odyssey.
Pretty like,
and yeah, there was a Shakespeare one. They had like arrows, and it was all fun. And they had dog trainers. There's 2 dogs that played Wishbone, and they were both female.
Really?
Wishbone is a guy. Yep.
I don't know.
And I have Sleepy Hollow on VHS. It's awesome. It wasn't my favorite, but it was pretty good. And it was just like, I don't know, the best storytelling if you wanted to tell a kid these grown-up stories in a kid view. And they also had awesome games that were on the computer as well. That I still like. Sometimes the birds chirping outside brings me back to Wishbone, the game, because it's just so peaceful and calm. And you're like, cool, man.
That's a hell of a sentence. Sometimes the birds chirping outside brings me back to Wishbone as a kid. Like, holy, is that those song lyrics?
No, they're just birds.
Is that My Chemical Romance? Is that what that is?
Gag, no.
No, it sounds like a Disney movie when the birds
a little bit.
And,
I definitely
brings you back.
I definitely agree with that though, because I mean, Wishbone was it was funny because I don't know whether it was that they didn't have the technology back then or didn't have the budget, because let's face it, PBS Kid shows were very like low budget. Like, I mean, it's brought to you by viewers like you.
It was
right?
like high quality, like Hocus Pocus quality at the time.
Exactly. Yeah. So like, it wasn't anything great. And yeah, the dog's mouth didn't move, but you didn't need it to move, right? When you're a kid, you have hopes and dreams.
It's stupid.
Yeah. You have an imagination. It takes over. It's perfectly fine.
Why do we always go back to having hopes and dreams and that we don't anymore? Every episode is like, yeah, kids have hopes and dreams, man. And then adulthood just
Your
crushes
dreams are a
them.
lot bigger when you're a kid, especially when you're like, I'm going to graduate college with my degree. I'm going to get the awesome graphic design job I've always wanted. Never happened. I work in a doctor's office now.
Hey,
oddly specific.
That's good enough. Yeah. Yeah. That seems too specific not to be true.
College dream crushed.
Well, I can tell you this for certain. I wanted to be a music person, not a teacher. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and that definitely didn't happen. So,
just a musical individual of sorts.
Just an
I'm going to become a bassoon.
Dude, I almost played the bassoon. Like, I wanted to play the bassoon so bad. Oh my god!
Play?
I ended up with clarinet instead.
Me too.
I
really?
I'm going to play the flute or oboe. Like, nothing came out. It was like,
yeah.
No.
Yeah, I would. Sure you were going to say you played drums, and that's why I put the air quotes around instrument.
Oh,
I did drums and clarinet.
Yeah, I didn't do percussion until high school, like in an actual like school setting. And then when I was in like, it's actually kind of funny because it was literally like my senior year of high school when I finally did percussion because I joined marching band.
Too.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Band. It was just more like, hey, we have too many clarinetists. Do you want to join in on the bass drum? I'm like, sure. And so I just did bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum.
But at least I got to do it.
Yeah. Hey.
And besides that, I was a really good pianist. I'm not anymore.
So all of us have played bass drum in a marching band.
I did not.
I didn't play bass drum. I played snare.
Well, I guess not.
Yeah.
I played Snake.
None of us did except for you, John.
I did not do marching band.
Wait, you didn't do a wind or brass instrument? Didn't you do brass, John?
I was in it was another marching band. It was the one in our area. I'm not going to say the name, but I played bass drum in it, but I also played trumpet a lot of the times. I played the saxophone, the tenor, and the alto. I played the clarinet at some points. It was kind of whatever they needed, I picked up and played.
I was just I was such a one-trick pony when except for in percussion in general, like playing in wind ensemble, you kind of had to play a bunch of like timpani and whatever temple bells. Those were my favorite, or temple blocks. Sorry, but yeah, I was basically like when I did clarinet, I did clarinet. When I did percussion, I did percussion. I never did the mix of whatever.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah,
same time.
At the same time. Yeah.
He's on the corner with his entire band, instruments, cymbals, clarinet, everything.
No, that's John. John plays freaking everything, man.
I don't play the harp. And apparently I found out today, a buddy of mine goes, well, do you play the ocarina? I was like, you know what? I guess not.
I 3D printed an ocarina.
Jeez.
Where is it?
Yeah. It's in my living room right now because my daughter played with it today. She likes it. She doesn't play it, but she likes it.
You should teach her.
She's 2, so I think I can teach a 2-year-old how to play an ocarina.
I'm not gonna lie. I think we could come up with an hour worth of musical instrument talk.
Probably.
Oh my god!
Band Kids Unite!
Right? We'll have to have Susan back on for that one because yes, Band Kids rock.
Yep.
Or it's specific kind of individual.
That could be. That's nostalgic. I'm nostalgic for high school marching band. That counts, right?
Yeah, dude. I didn't start realizing I was good at music until I think it was my sophomore year of high school. I only played saxophone and wildly mediocre up until that point.
I still haven't realized it. So
when you
we'll
played
see.
Saxophone,
that afro, just gigantic.
And did you go?
I only played
They're playing Careless Whisper.
That's my saxophone impression, yes. That's more trumpet.
Oh,
it is.
Yeah, that is pretty trumpety. That's a good trumpet impression, though. Jeez.
It's a little wafty.
I do my impressions sometimes. It's fine.
And also, that sounded like you were about to do the Sesame Street theme song, speaking of PBS.
I know. Let's bring it back into PBS.
There it is. All right, and we're back.
And it all comes full circle. Here we are. We're just doing things. We're getting things done. We're moving around. But back to Wishbone.
Or is it a circle? Or is it a triangle? Because there's 3 of us. Ding.
Oh.
We've had this talk before. Because...
No, we haven't. I haven't.
You haven't had this talk before. We've had it on the podcast. About if it's an actual, if it's a triangle or I don't know.
Yeah, the first one. I think you guys were trying to be a love triangle, but I'm the instrument triangle.
The instrument triangle. I like it. Yeah, we're gonna reel things back to Wishbone so that we can keep talking about it. But what was your favorite episode? Or something you remember from it the most? Exactly.
These are deep cuts.
That was the exact reaction I expected because I remember nothing except the damn dog with that weird white hat on.
Well, I remember there's a Don Quixote episode, and that was probably my favorite one because there's the old guy Don Quixote, and of course Wishbone is the best friend who tries to keep reeling back to reality. And of course it doesn't work, and he's just fighting this giant windmill. And that one, and there was a Greek one that had arrows in it that they had a
Robin Hood.
No, it was Greek.
No, that's a different one. Oh, sorry.
So fine. But yeah. And they had to put all these, there was an arrow that had to go through flame hoops, and then it reached the end of something. I don't know, but it was at the end of the episode.
I'm gonna have to try and
went
find
back into reality, and he was like, "I'm going home to my family." Bark, bark.
All the time. That's literally at the end of every episode, just to get the warp back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
I'm in present time. Let's go get some treats.
It was such a good show, and it was a great idea to be able to like merge in animals with like learning about stuff. Because I don't know about you guys, but learning as a kid, school is not the way I did that. I think I
love
retained
school.
stuff. Do you?
I mean,
my gosh, we're
I did.
completely different.
I mean,
I did not like to skip school unless I was sick, and then like I had no choice.
when I was younger, like pre-high school or like pre-junior year, I'll say, I was like I wasn't like, oh hell yeah, school, but I was like, it's just a part of life. Like it was just like I didn't hate school, and I was like pretty good at it pretty easily. Like I'm not trying to be like I'm fucking smart, everybody, but like it. Especially the younger years, it was just something that was like, okay, yeah, I did this, and that was it. It never really bothered me.
I like to learn. That's why I enjoyed it.
I guess that works. I wasn't a
Yeah.
huge fan. I don't
I was
learn well in the
definitely not the
classroom.
popular kid.
I think that qualifies for us. We already talked that we were all band kids. Forget about that part.
Yeah, I think in
middle
order,
school band were the cool peeps. Okay, even though we weren't the popular, we were the coolest and better than strings and chorus.
Oh, that's
Wow.
true.
Yeah.
That's definitely true. Yeah.
that's fair.
I was in chorus too, but that's besides.
There was a lot of when I was in middle school. There was a lot of overlap, though, not with strings, but with like chorus and playing instrument, like chorus and band. There was a lot of overlap there with
You were in
kids.
a big
Me.
school though,
Yeah,
so you actually had like large classes and stuff.
yeah. My graduating
Mine-
class was 370 or something like that.
I think mine was 76.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
jeez.
I grew up in Northern Virginia. My freshman year class was 300 kids. And
Oh
then I
my
moved
God.
up to New Hampshire. And I was part of the biggest class ever of 125 kids.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'm like,
And you're over there like, this is nothing. What do you mean?
yeah, I know. Like the hallways aren't crowded. I can walk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I never had issues with overcrowding in my schools. They're like, we had two separate elementary schools too. And so like our
Two?
when middle school
That's it?
hit. Yeah. When middle school hit, we all came together into one middle school. And like it was weird. But yeah, that
We
was
had,
just-
oh my God. I think my city has 8 elementary schools. Maybe. Yeah.
Jesus.
There's a fair amount of elementary schools. Yeah.
Wow. Well, speaking of elementary schools, Susan, why don't you go ahead and give us your second choice?
I was waiting for
Yeah.
the next bullet point.
You know, I'm gonna make bad transitions a thing. That's just gonna be it.
Just horrible. Yeah.
Yep. Horrible.
Speaking of
transition.
elementary
Hold up.
school.
Is Magic School Bus part of your favorites?
No.
Wow, you're just gonna spoil my favorites like that?
No, I'm asking you.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, my second favorite, if you don't want to include Zoom, which was little PBS, little mic, like
It was SNL
30-second.
for kids.
Yeah, it was SNL for kids. No, it was SNL for innocent kids. And
Yes.
then there was all that for the not so innocent kids when you got older.
Which turned into the Amanda Show. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
The not so
So my
innocent kids.
second favorite show, I guess I will stick to Zubumafu and the Kratz Creatures, which is the Kratz Bros. The
So
twins.
Boomafu was the shit.
Well, the
Here's
Kratz,
the thing.
Kratz
Yeah.
started off first,
Yes.
and then they're like, we aren't marketing as well as we need to be, so we're going to introduce this puppet lemur named Zubumafu, and he could talk, and he was like all animated, and he would have more little clips throughout the TV show. And then Kratz Brothers are more like BBC America vibe, and then Zubumafu.
They were a little bit more on the educational side than Zubumafu was on the entertainment side. But
Yeah.
Zubumafu was not always animated. They had an actual lemur that they used to follow around in a cage to get
No, they did both.
video of. Yes. Yep, they did
Yeah.
both. And then actually, after Zubumafu, Kraft, actually, the brothers, Kraft, like the mac
Oh
and
yeah,
cheese.
they did an animation.
Yeah, they did another
Hey,
one
Kratz.
that's fully animated. Yes, they went
Oh,
straight
Dr.
Trailer Park
Oh.
Boys. I have so many memories of just sitting down and watching this with my brother and sister because it was right around that time. So judging by my notes here, Zaboomafoo was on from 1999 to 2001, which
Wow.
is 8 to 9 for me, something like that, 7 to 9, right around those.
Yeah.
Which means Kratz Creatures was before that, which I probably wouldn't have watched much of.
No, it's too serious for you.
Yeah, and it really wasn't that super kids show, right? It didn't have that little mascot that you could laugh and giggle at while learning what different animals and different things do. Because
John was
they
too
were-
busy getting like 2 concussions a day when he was younger than 7. So
I get more concussions as an adult now than I was a kid.
I got way more as a kid. I was a very reckless child.
Not.
Yeah. Oh, so actually, looking over this list though, was the Steve Irwin stuff on PBS?
No.
It wasn't. Was
I
that
don't
like
think so.
Discovery or something?
Yeah, that's
oh,
the
it was
nature show.
yeah,
Maybe,
like
yeah.
National Geographic, maybe, or maybe not National Geographic, but yeah, probably
'Cause
Discovery.
I feel like that was
Because there was a
the
Discovery
biggest-
Kids, right?
Yeah, there was. I feel like that's
I
the
didn't really watch
biggest
it.
competitor to Zaboomafoo. Or sorry, Kratz Creatures was like the
Well,
Steve Irwin
if-
stuff.
If there was a competition there, Steve Irwin won.
Oh, hell yeah!
Yeah.
Twin hot brothers? Hell no.
You know,
All right,
that's where
Steve
we
Irwin
differ.
won the male crowd. I guess.
Crab brothers? was
The straight male crowd and lesbian female crowd. Let's go with that. That's where Steve Irwin thrived.
That worked, and then
I
the
wasn't-
rest of it was
no.
just. It's just how rugged you like your guy.
it? Got it rugged.
So I will say I did not watch Kratz Creatures, so I am uneducated on the subject because I only watched post Zaboomafoo. So maybe they took a media inspired turn, probably, if I had to guess then. Because I am uneducated outside of Zaboomafoo, so
I forget how dead-eyed Zaboomafoo was. If you look at pictures of Zaboomafoo, he is absolutely lifeless. He actually, like, his eyes aren't even pointing in the right directions. Oh my god! Like, as a kid, it seemed perfectly reasonable.
Oh my god, I forgot about the claymations little zippets
Yeah.
that they did.
And
Oh,
looking
man.
back at it, it's like,
well, because that was the pinnacle of media technology when we were kids.
No,
Okay,
if
we
you
didn't
look
know
at,
what was happening.
Like the lemur next to it, it kind of looks dead-eyed too.
you know, you're not wrong. Lemurs are literally just dead eyes, beasts, devils.
Dude, lemurs are so cool. I love going to zoos and looking at lemurs. I mean, I hate that they're in captivity because that just kind of sucks, but like they're cool to look at, you know?
That's probably. Oh, sorry. Going back to the claymation snippets and the Zaboom film, that's also another great marketing tool that they did. And the Kratz brothers did
Yeah.
not.
Apparently, there was a Game Boy
Color.
Color. What?
We was at the same time. I want that
You
game.
saw the claymation one.
I saw the claymation, then I saw the Game Boy Color.
That was incredible. Thank you.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh, this
Playtime
game.
in Zaboomba Land.
Do you see this though? Like,
Zoboland.
if anyone is listening, if you're in a car, don't look this up. But if you're not in a car and just listening, look up the game Zaboomafoo Zoombaland.
Oh.
There's two.
Zobuland.
There's that
Yeah.
one. There's one for PlayStation, Leapin' Lemurs.
Oh.
I didn't see that one, so let's see.
Oh man, it's time to bust out the RetroPie and legally obtain the ROM of the Game
Oh
Boy
my
Color
God.
game by
Not for
buying
that
it.
game.
There's
By
also
buying it.
By buying it and then copying it to my computer in a legal fashion.
There you go.
I'd
I
probably
like it.
still bust out my Game Boy Colors just for the fun of it. Kicks of it.
I don't have
Game
mine
Boy
anymore.
Color. Well, that's why I have that little retro thing that I feel like I talk about on every single show, but it's fantastic.
Oh yeah,
I still
that
have
is cool
mine.
though.
It's amazing. It's
I have
funny.
2.
Dude, that game, the Zobuland, its difficulties are the easiest, easier, and easy. That's it.
Just straight up. You don't get options.
Yeah.
I wonder how hard easy is then.
Yeah. Watch easy just like be like a Souls game. Level of difficulty.
Rolling everywhere, gigantic, these huge monsters attacking you.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yep.
The Craft Brothers come out. If I keep calling them Craft Brothers, I'm going to hit my head against the wall on purpose.
Dude's got mac and cheese on his mind.
That's
You need
all I'm
some
picturing.
craft paper with that too.
And
And then you will become a South Park character.
Oh. Yeah.
I've had mac and cheese on the mind for so long now.
You need that liquid
Let's,
gold.
It is.
Let's keep things moving here because I feel like we've gone off on so many tangents again, like usual. But I think
John,
that's-
Are we going with Becky and his?
We're moving on. You're done.
Oh,
You
we're
had
moving
the
on.
time.
I'm transitioning to Becky. Oh my god.
My turn.
We're transitioning. So Becky, I want to know your number 2 first. And then
Number
we'll go to
2?
another one. So what's number?
Oh,
what's your
man.
second favorite PBS
Okay.
Kids show that you watched?
So the way that I judged my favorite is actually by the like nostalgia factor, not necessarily the one that I may have watched the most, but because of the fact that, like, you know, at different ages you have different shows, right? Like where you're watching them. So I kind of went with the nostalgia factor. Number 2, I'm gonna go Teletubbies.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know, yeah. Susan doesn't like Teletubbies, but Teletubbies was like my was my childhood, like literally, like my babyhood. I don't know, man. Is far
the baby TV
yeah.
show.
As far back as I can remember, I watched Teletubbies, and it was amazing. Like, I just loved it how they had televisions in their tummies, their little tubby tummies, and I still want to know what tubby custard tastes like. You know, like they had the pink goo that was tubby custard, and there was that meme that circulated a long time ago that was like, this is what McDonald's chicken nuggets is really made out of, but it was tubby custard, and like somebody called them out.
Maybe the pink goo is the same goo that they used in Ghostbusters 2.
Spoilers.
Maybe.
It's probably just lead paint.
It's just straight up
TV
lead.
show.
Yeah. Right? None of the
Oh my
actors
God.
are still alive because they made them drink paint. Charlie, are you drinking paint again? No, man. No.
My coworker asked if I had Elmer's glue, and my instant thought was, "Are you trying to sniff it or something?" Because I was on the phone.
Not to glue something.
I'm like, why are you asking me for Elmer's glue? Because he says I walk around like I'm a kindergarten teacher.
I can see it.
Outfit.
Dude, it's gotta be.
You give out teacher
Dude,
vibes.
It's gotta be Elmer's glue. Okay, that off-brand shit just doesn't hit the same when you're sniffing it.
Wait, did anyone
I
else
never did
put it
that.
on like their hand and then peel it
Yeah,
off
and
after
then
a
they
while?
peeled it off. You're
Okay.
like,
Dude, that was so. Apparently, if you were like deathly afraid of needles when you were a kid, if you got a splinter, putting glue on it was a good way because you would dry the glue would dry, and then when you peeled the glue off, it would take the splinter off if it was like a surface level splinter. Yeah,
That really
fun
helped?
fact. It would take the splinter out with the glue. Like the glue would stick to splinter, and then when you peel it off, it would bring the splinter with it. Apparently,
I never did that. I was more like, give me my tweezers. I'm digging in my skin.
yeah.
That's kinda
That
wrong
was
with
that was definitely more the vibe that I had. But I've heard that the Elmer's glue thing, like that's a thing, I guess. Fun fact. Yeah.
Interesting. And this has been a tidbit from Becky.
Yeah. But I will say though that I wasn't.
Twilight theme there.
I didn't really like needles when I was younger, but I didn't really do the Elmer glue thing though.
No, you missed.
I didn't
out.
get a lot of splinters. Did I miss out? Man.
Well, I mean, putting it on your hand and peeling it off like an absolute.
Oh
maniac.
yeah, I didn't really do that either. No. Yeah.
Fine. It's like putting
I
your
can't-
finger in wax.
Oh, that's cool. Like you burn a candle and then you pour wax on your hand and then you.
Oh,
do
yeah.
that.
You
That's
stick
cool.
your finger in the wet wax while the candle is burning.
Oh yeah, and then you've got a little wax cap, like a
Yep.
little wax that. Yep.
And you're just like,
Yeah.
well,
Oh yeah.
I would listen to a band called Wax Cap.
Wax
Just
cap.
saying.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I love
what type of genre? Okay.
But yeah, Teletubbies is a really solid show for kids probably older than 3. I would say, I don't know, maybe between 3 and 5, I guess, where
Well, spoilers.
you
You
learn-
learn between 3 and 5 when watching it.
probably, yeah. If I had to guess.
It literally came out in 1997, which means
Oh,
you were 3.
yeah.
Yeah. Because you were born in 94, right?
What? No, 93.
Oh.
But it was late 93, though. November of
Oh,
93, so yeah.
You're 2 years younger than me, right? That's just been a known thing. I'm born in 92. You're born in 93. But
Yeah,
I'm
we're
born on the
basically-
first day of 92.
Of
and you're
92.
born like wicked late in 93.
Way late in 93, yeah, so we're
And
basically
Susan,
2 years apart.
You were born in 1947, I think.
That's where you get the hairdo from. That's why I'm wearing my jail shirt, because it's stripes. It's got pockets. So we good.
Oh, see, that makes it
pockets.
worth it. See,
little modern
that's how
twist
you know
there.
you got old. You get
Yeah,
old by
but-
knowing you only have stuff with pockets.
Yeah, Teletubbies was just a solid kid show where you could learn. So, and honestly, the vibe of and so now that I have a young daughter and I'm watching these kid shows like Elmo's World, right?
Mm-hmm.
Teletubbies had a very similar vibe to Elmo's World, where Elmo introduces a topic of some sort, does some stupid crap. Now it's with a smartphone, right? Smarty the smartphone, because we're
Oh,
in,
really?
Sure.
yeah, it
I
is.
remember Elmo's World where he had the fun fish friend.
Yeah, and you
She
had
was
Dorothy
like,
the fish. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Now he raps. The intro is a rap song by Elmo. Yeah, it's very short, but it's rap instead.
Elmo.
Yeah. Yeah. Elmo's like, drop it down, bitch. Now let me see, back it up. No,
That's middle school. That's not modern
yeah.
anymore.
oh yeah, sorry, my bad. I don't know rap. All right, leave me alone.
That's
It's
really fair.
But yeah, so it has a lot of parallels to Elmo's World because they introduce a topic and then they do some crap like frolic in their field or whatever, looking for Poe's ball or something. I don't know. And then they open up their tummies to show videos of real kids doing whatever is the subject. They don't open it up. It just turns from static to a
Picturing
video.
flesh.
Yeah, they just
breaking in the center,
rips
ripping
open
and the television
at the belly
pops
button.
out.
Yeah, it opens up like a mimic's mouth. Like, yeah. Anyways, no, it's like a television on their stomach. You know, Teletubbies because they're tubby and it's on their tummy, whatever.
Yes.
And
it was a very clever name, Kevin.
it was good.
Oh, God,
and then
Becky. That was
oh
weird.
yeah, what are
Don't
you doing?
reveal his identity.
And then it would show videos of kids doing something related to the subject or whatever, and that's like the same layout as Elmo's World. Actually, So, yeah.
I guess things haven't changed.
yep, things haven't changed. So that's number 2 for me.
So just to add to the Teletubbies really quick, I was deathly
Yeah.
afraid of that goddamn vacuum cleaner. I felt like just like a freaking
Oh.
dog because the vacuum
Yeah.
cleaner scared the shit out of my 5-year-old self.
Wait, what,
Like, have
what
you
was-
seen?
I
Have you
never-
gone back and looked at that
I've
vacuum?
never watched Teletubbies ever.
You haven't?
It's
Wow.
like Twilight. I don't watch that shit.
Oh well,
I mean,
You haven't.
Vampires
it was
are
probably
supposed to explode in the sunlight, not sparkle.
well. I mean, since you were like born in what was it, 47? You said, John.
yeah,
I'm
46.
guessing
46.
Even number.
42. Okay. When Teletubbies came out, it was 97. So I'm assuming you were a little old for Teletubbies,
I was
being born in 42.
Appreciate it.
If you want to see something funny, just look up the vacuum cleaner, and it's fucking dead eyes. Why did everything on PBS Kids have dead freaking eyes?
Because the production value was just not there, man. They didn't have the money.
It's not
If
like, oh my lord, how is that a friendly vacuum cleaner?
Right?
It's gonna let you down and suck you up. Through its
Here's
nose.
the thing.
It's like
It
an
sucked
elephant
up-
nose, right?
It sucked up everything. It found every single thing on the ground, and it sucked it up. Didn't matter what it was. Like, I remember it picking up things that it wasn't supposed to, or like
big
Teletubbies
ball.
at some
It just
point.
gets sucked in.
I just
Yep.
It's like, oh
And it
my
just-
God. And like, I was afraid it was gonna come after me in the nighttime, peek its head out of.
Dude, it
my
reminds me
bed.
of like the Snuffleupagus a little bit, but without the
wow.
eyelashes. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Without the eyelashes, but I think the eyelashes give the Snuffleupagus a lot of character, and it makes this a little more concerning.
dead. Yeah.
Yeah, not having
and
him. Yeah.
I think it, like, those eyes on a living, well, quote unquote living thing is a little bit less traumatizing than a freaking vacuum cleaner with Google AI stuck on it and sucking up children in the nighttime.
His name was Nunu. NOO-NOO. Nunu.
Fantastic. Now I don't have to sleep tonight. Thanks.
Do you know
You're
what
welcome.
Teletubbies reminds me of? The animation part and the whole living home? Pee-wee's Playhouse. It's not PBS Kids, it's CBS.
Oh.
But still, I know you guys don't know what Pee-wee Herman is.
Oh, we know what Pee Wee Herman is.
I know what Pee Wee Herman is.
Come
I did not
on.
watch it. I will admit that.
I know.
but
You
do
didn't?
know what it is.
Pee-wee's Playhouse is where is another fun, good one.
I watched
The
Pee Wee's
Talking
Playhouse.
Silver.
Yep.
And then you came to be more of an adult when he went on an adventure, and I've always wanted white boots because of the tequila dance song. And he would dance on the bar tables, and they would play the tequila song.
So
They would do a close up on his white boots. I'm like, I want those.
That's funny.
I do remember this show, but for whatever reason, why did I
this
think
one
this
was
was
a movie.
Mr. Bean? Oh, well,
Mr.
the
Bean.
movie. I'm looking at pictures of it right now, but why did I think this was Mr. Bean?
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean,
Like, what's his name? Rowan Atkinson?
one has a weird voice,
Yeah.
and then the other one is British and has things
Yeah.
like that and doesn't talk.
You say, and Pee Wee laughs like he honks. He's like,
You know,
like I can't even do it, but
I know.
he like
Yeah,
honks
he's
like a
British.
goose. Yeah,
That's too
yeah.
how do you know he's British if he
more-
doesn't talk?
She's like, ha ha. Like
No,
I'm just
Because
too
Mr.
deep.
Bean
He does
is
it.
British.
How? How do you know if he doesn't talk?
Because he, on rare episodes, he talks. And it's British.
He also he very heavily plays his Mr. Bean character in Rat Race, and he talks in Rat Race.
He's also the parrot in Lion King.
He is.
Yes.
Yeah, Iago.
That's cool.
What?
I'm hoping I don't lose internet here. I had to plug in my phone. Disadvantages of working out of a hotel room, but why don't we let's keep things moving and let's move on to your number one pick from Becky on PBS Kids.
Number
Brought to
one
you
pick.
by viewers like you.
Okay,
you.
so I will preface this. Yeah, I will preface this by saying that this premiered on Wickney, and if you do not know what Wickney is, that's because you're probably not from New York.
I'm not from New York.
And so that's WKNY. And
I didn't know that's how you were supposed to pronounce it. That was just always an acronym.
it's Wickney Kids. That's what we always said.
Oh,
Yeah, Wickney Kids.
They have that
Oh,
in Virginia
man.
too.
Oh, did they?
Mhm.
That's funny. But
Something
it
along
was
those
a PBS channel, and this did air on PBS as well. So I just wanted to preface it with that. But it is a local thing to New York in that it started in New York, Central New York, and so that is Pappyland. The show Pappyland just brings me back, like crazy nostalgia for Pappyland. I haven't watched it since I was really little. Because I don't even know when Pappyland came out. I'm gonna have to look this up.
Do you want the answer? I have it. It's
There's a book
1992.
review of Pappyland?
1992. Okay, so
It ran
and when did it?
for 7 years.
Until 99? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Holy cow.
I mean, it was a good, like, I mean, it was solid. It was a four seasons, 65 episodes. Like, it wasn't like, you know, it was pretty solid. And I loved that show, and I was very young because it originally released apparently in May 24th, 1993 on PBS apparently, and I wasn't even born at that point yet, so I was very young when I started watching it. And
Taking care of my bro.
and it's Pappy Druitt was the main character, and basically I don't remember a lot of the premise other than the fact that he like painted things with he had a giant paintbrush that he used to paint things, and I couldn't even tell you the makeup of an episode, like what the structure of it was, but that show
It was
straight up
just
brings
like
me
a
back.
bunch of doodles, and then I saw that's coming back. Mailbird.
Mailbird. Oh man,
That's what it says. It's kind of
yeah.
like,
Doodlebug. Oh Jesus.
oh yeah, and he
I'm
would make
exactly
these fun
zero.
drawings that I would want to draw with him. So it was pre-Bob
Yeah.
Ross of like getting your fun skills out, and then you paint the little happy
Well,
birds
now-
in your
Now
phone.
hold on, it was absolutely not pre-Bob Ross. It was mid
It
Bob
is when you're
Ross.
growing up.
Bob Ross
watch
came out in
Happy Land
1983.
But yeah,
Listen,
linearly,
they also-
when you're a kid, you're not watching Bob Ross. You're watching
not.
Pappyland
We're going
first,
when
and that's
you're a
the
kid. When you grow
Pappyland
up.
is the gateway drug to Bob Ross.
Yeah.
Hey there,
Which,
everyone.
I guess Bob Ross
Mhm.
ripped off some other artists who did all this first. So
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, they probably. I mean,
Well,
the Joy of Painting, which was Bob Ross's show, ended in 1994. So like when
Yeah.
Pappy
Yeah, but
was
they
up
had
and running,
reruns.
they absolutely
So, like,
they still
after-
have reruns.
Okay, not to be tooting my own horn of loser art kid, but after middle school, I would come home, I'd take my rocking chair from the family room and put it in my TV room, and I would watch Bob Ross on TV until my mom or like someone decided to come out of hiding and say, "What are you doing?"
Was it just a wooden rocking chair?
With the casing, whatever it's called, caning on it.
oh,
Maybe. So I feel like everyone kind of had like a wooden rocking chair in their house.
yep.
For that,
I had a
like,
wooden
cursed
rocking chair,
dog.
like a
My
kid's
family's
one.
big
Actually,
into antiques, so you know it's old.
Ah, yeah.
you know, I had a little like a kid-sized wooden rocking chair that I would like I literally remember watching Pappy in it, and
Mhm.
my mom still has that rocking chair at her house right now, actually. But yeah, Pappyland was super cool. Like I loved that show. And yeah, that like reading the wiki page just kind of brought me back a little bit. There was Doodlebug who would he would just draw something random and challenge Pappy to finish the drawing based on what the Doodlebug drew.
That was
And,
really checkmate.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and stuff like
I've
that.
never,
And it
like,
was
never heard of that. I've literally never seen this show in my life. So it must have been one of
Gotta get
those
on it.
ones where like maybe I didn't get the channel or something like that.
it was PBS or Wiki Kids. Yeah, I think it was
It was
Wiki
both.
Kids when I watched it, but it was a PBS station.
Which were all like over their channels.
Yeah,
It's so
it should
weird
have
that I
been
didn't watch this because it's like dead in the. I mean,
like
I
right in the
guess
zone
there
for
were-
you. Yeah.
but look at all these other examples, right? There's so much that I watched, and
Yeah.
my family was big into the whole stop watching TV, spend your time outside. When I was
Mhm.
like
Same.
6 or 7, my parents would lock all the doors while I was outside and tell me I have to stay
Wow.
outside. Oh yeah, it's
That's
from
Or
10
like,
o'clock
we
till
need to come
noon.
in and get some water. You can do that. And
No,
trap me
I had a
outside.
hose. No, there was a hose.
Oh, dude,
It was
garden
Not
hose
in the
water
wintertime. Well,
was
you had
nectar
snow.
from the gods. Okay, garden hose
but-
water was so good in a summer day. Oh,
Yep, came out all
You
nice and cool.
yeah, you can just taste the like minerals and cement that is in it, like in the sediment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not the cement. No.
Alright.
It was great.
I
That's
have a
what
funny
my parents
story.
did, though.
I have a funny story about Pappy though. Funny story.
here we go.
All right.
I'm
So-
ready. I'm ready.
So Pappy Druitt, the guy who played him was born in Utica, New York, which
Mhm.
is
Utica.
pretty close to where my hometown is, like very
Mhm.
close to my hometown. And so naturally, Pappy would have like he would do like events, like meet and greets and like what I mean, like locally
cool.
you could do like meet and greets with Pappy and stuff like that. And so I was really young. Honestly, I'd have to ask my mom how old I was, but she brought me to a Pappy like meet and greet thing where you could like go and you like sit on Pappy's lap and get a picture and blah blah blah. Right? I was super excited to go. Yeah, no, this isn't like weird. This isn't like weird sit on lap stuff.
Not like Santa Claus or Easter Bunny.
Yeah. And so I was super pumped to meet Pappy. Like I was like, oh yeah, Pappy, I love Pappy. And then my turn in the line was there. I got scared shitless.
Oh, no.
I was scared out of my mind. I was like, oh no, I don't want to do this. And I got super scared of Pappy and I like ran back to my mom and I was like, I can't do that. Like I was like crying and the whole thing and she just had to take me home. Like, I never got to meet Pappy because I was like too shy. Like I just couldn't do it. Yeah.
That'd be me.
Such a
I was a pretty shy kid. Look,
I know.
Blossom now.
Exactly. You're able to come on a podcast, talk to two random people. Not random people. We're not random people, but
I'm a random person.
Yeah, Becky's more random, and I just realized that he has a cat in the background. So
yeah, chilling back there on the cat tree.
You have a cat back?
Yep. No.
Oh.
Cat in my lap.
I was say you have toothless.
Yeah. And there. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Matilda does look like toothless, doesn't she? She does. Yeah.
I'm talking about
There
if
she is.
Susan moves her head real quick.
Oh, I was going to say Matilda
Yeah.
looks like toothless. She's a
That is
calico
true, too.
cat.
But Susan's
But yes.
hair
Can you
looks
move
like
my head real
toothless.
quick?
Yes, move it. Do it.
Yeah, it looks like there's like a toothless neck rest
There's
on
a
there.
pillow.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's a snack.
Oh,
Oh.
snack.
Okay, tell me.
That
without
looks
the-
like toothless,
the
though.
Tongue. It looks. Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah,
that,
it
that's
does.
cute. I'm gonna think it's toothless because it's toothless. Toothless.
Toothless.
Toothless.
Excuse you.
Different.
All
movie,
burps,
different
no
movie,
toots.
different movie.
Tootless. That's the opposite of
Someone
me.
had too much fiber today. That's what happens when you get old. You don't notice that you fart.
So
Then you think you're
Pappy
toothless.
Land.
Yeah, Pappyland. Anyways, let's talk about farts on a nostalgia podcast.
Happy.
Well, how about this? Let's just
But yeah.
screw Becky. He had his time to shine. Pappy and
Wow.
Tellies, and that's
Yep. I
So
mean
we'll
that.
move
Yeah,
on.
that's pretty much it because I don't remember much about those shows anyway. To be honest with you, so yeah, Pappyland, Teletubbies. Those are my picks. Let's
And
do
now we're
it.
going
Well, how
to
about this?
clean up. Everybody do your part. Clean up.
Oh my
up.
God.
It is now John's turn.
What a transit! You know, maybe we should just have her do all the transitions.
All right.
I think it's working out pretty darn well because
I only
my
did improv for one semester, but I'm pretty good at it.
it works out. Like
That's all you needed. That's why you didn't take it again.
Exactly. Senior
And,
year. You don't care.
Boom, done.
For anyone who didn't recognize that, that was in fact the song from the Big Comfy Couch. So the Big Comfy Couch is
No,
my number
Oh.
2 pick.
That was
Specifically,
from Barney.
What?
That was from
Barney.
Barney,
Everybody,
John.
Everywhere. Clean up, clean up.
Clean up,
Yeah, all the
clean up.
dinosaurs.
Everybody do your share. That's
No.
That was
Barney.
from Barney.
There's no way.
No.
I would
Big
100%
No.
Couch has a different
Big Comfy
song.
Couch is clean. Big Comfy Couch does a cleanup thing, but it's
They
like
do,
a very,
but
it's
it's
like a
not that
time
one.
sped up cleanup thing towards the end where she hurries
Yeah,
up
but I
and
thought
shoves
that-
everything in the couch.
I
Nope.
thought for sure that's
Nope.
the lyrics to it.
This
Oh
is
my God,
hilarious
are you
because
kidding
these
me?
are both John's
That
picks.
is amazing. They're both my picks.
It's
What?
Yeah, no,
it's called 10
cleanup
Second
song.
Tidy.
Yeah, 10-second tidy. Yeah, that's the Big Comfy Couch. There's no song. It's just and she just goes and
Yeah.
does it real quick. Yeah.
Well, my second pick is in fact
Jeez.
the Big Comfy Couch because we used to be.
You better bow out of this episode. We're done here. Wrap up, everybody. John's done.
Close it on
I
up.
know his own TV shows.
So the Big Comfy
Oh,
Couch.
jeez.
That was the reason I picked it is because my parents found the show and let us watch it all the time, specifically because of the cleanup scene in every single episode, because they were trying to get me to clean up my damn shit from the floor because we made such a mess. Because so I have like 15 some odd first cousins. and like 8 to 10 of them my mom used to watch. So there used to be a ton of us, and we would just absolute twister the whole place, and everything is everywhere. And then at the end of the day, my mom would be like, all right, big comfy couch, and we'd watch it. And during the cleanup sequence, we would go around and clean everything up, and she didn't have to. It was absolutely brilliant.
That's awesome.
And it worked wonders. And we just thought, you know what? We're doing what the show's doing.
Yeah, this is a fun time. Yeah, we're doing what Lunette the Clown's doing.
And then you're going to do the giant clock scene, which was my favorite because a normal girl, I was in dance class and I wanted to be as flexible as her. And then I would like try and yank my leg up and be like, I can get to 1 and 2.
Yeah, she was a little abnormally flexible.
She was very flexible, yeah.
I was jealous.
She was good.
Yeah, just a little bit. And like,
oh man,
but
keeping this kid
I don't
rated.
think she really didn't do it. It wasn't like flexibility though. She would move around very specific ways to allow her body to be able to do that. But because you were looking at it straight down,
no,
at
there
the time,
are girls.
Oh, there are absolutely.
You're not in dance class where they take the leg up and then
there was.
And
it was definitely a combination.
Here.
Yeah.
My leg did not
but if you
go
watch
there
it,
when I was most flexible, it went here.
Oh, it was called the rug stretch.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what the thing was
I think
called.
it was definitely a combination because she was fairly flexible, but then also there was definitely some angling going on there.
So she would lift up her leg, but you wouldn't really see it because of the way she like has it set. But because it's like looking at it kind of in 2 dimensions, it's kind of like this optical illusion. I'm watching it right now on YouTube. That's the only reason I know. It's just so like, yes, she is absolutely flexible and like it makes perfect sense. But it's funny to see how like she's like working around the fact that it's like 2-dimensional looking straight down, and especially towards the end. Yeah.
God.
What a great show though.
The big comfy couch was so good.
It was
I love the
I wanted a couch as big as hers and just to go
the
plop on it.
The bedhead guy, the mail delivery something bedhead. I keep wanting to say professor, but it wasn't Professor Bedhead. It was like Sergeant Bedhead or something. Like it was like some military rank, wasn't it?
What? Major Bedhead.
The bedhead, Major Bedhead. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yep.
Oh, that's what it is.
Oh, there was Liar.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy, the unicyclist.
Yeah. That guy was.
So
turns 21 and don't tell what.
I have a little bit of like an advantage here because my daughter has actually we've had my daughter watch the Big Comfy Couch on YouTube, so it's kind of it's recent a little bit.
It's not fresh in my head.
Yeah,
sure.
It's a little fresh in my head. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But then you have the girl who I forgot. You're watching the what?
The theme song. They're like the intro for it.
Oh,
oh my God! I remember every second of it because the doll that she always had that moved on its own.
Molly. Yep. Molly the doll. Do you remember when they would have scenes where it goes under the couch and there's the dust bunnies doing stuff?
Mm-hmm. 100%.
Yeah. The dust bunnies.
What's hilarious, you can actually see the hand, not to break the illusion, but you can see the hand coming up from behind the couch.
Oh yeah, the dust bunnies
doll.
They're probably my favorite couple. Favorite TV couple. They're
Dude,
the cutest things.
John's ruining the immersion of the Big Comfy Couch for me right now by mentioning the hand. He just mentioned the hand behind Molly. You can see it in one of the things. Ruined everything.
Yeah. Sorry. My bad.
I have to watch it later because I don't want to. This is not my laptop, and I don't want to accidentally.
Understandable.
Voice it.
Yeah, yeah. But we can just move right on to my number one pick. And the reason I did number one is because I have so many memories of this show. It is absolutely insane. That like vivid memories of everything they did, but all the way up, because obviously it's still going on, but that's Barney and Friends. So Barney and Friends actually started Where is it? I put this down here on purpose. In 1992 and ran until 2009.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because they introduced some other
huge.
dinosaurs too.
They did.
There was
Yeah.
I feel like there was beef between
PJ
the yellow
or something
dinosaur
with
and the pink dinosaur. Like they broke up or something.
Oh.
And then that's
What?
why they had to introduce another dinosaur. Yeah, when I got older, out of the dominant Barney watching stage, I learned about that.
Wow. I remember
Baby Bop was one.
I don't know, my
Baby
just
Bop.
like friend gossip, but that's my take on it when I remember.
The Barney rumors are spreading like wildfire.
It's Barney fanfic.
Oh god, there probably is. Why did you even have to say that?
The yellow one was BJ.
BJ. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I didn't like him because he just reminded me of like an annoying friend.
I remember. I explicitly remember an episode. So he had a red hat amongst his like weird horn stuff going on up here, right? I specifically remember an episode where he lost his hat. Like there was a whole episode where he lost his hat, and the whole goal was to find it or something.
Was it a red beret?
No, it's a sideways.
A raspberry beret, one might say.
Raspberry beret.
Oh man, that's how you know we've been
Every time
recording
that
too
song
long.
comes on the radio, I'm like, yes, busting out.
Yeah, it's
So,
a solid
fun
tune.
fact.
It is.
Friends
And then
have
it was like, it would be amazing if he made a song with every, well, not now, but like
Every color beret.
someone else could make a song of the rainbow berets.
Rainbow
Now
beret.
hear me out. He does every
Not the
single
rainbow
hat
connection,
too.
rainbow berets.
Rainbow Connection.
Oh,
It's a whole
PJ does?
separate
the
thing.
rainbow fedora.
Barney had like
The
a
banana
3.9
trilby.
out of a 3.9 out of 10. Apparently, critics did
What?
not like Barney.
Well, that's because critics are adults and they
Barney
don't matter.
is like the number one classic kid show, though. And
Did
then
you
now
know-
it's Elmo, I think, isn't it? I don't
think
know.
so,
I
yeah.
don't have kids.
Did you know that?
And now it's
Selena
freaking
Gomez-
Coco Melon, dude.
What's Coco
Yeah.
Melon?
It's baby crack. Like literally, I literally refuse to let my daughter watch Coco Melon. Like I think it
not
actually
gonna
will
tell
rot
them.
children's brains. It's crazy.
Um,
Anyways,
Blue's Clues. I don't think it's PBS, but
no, that's Nickelodeon.
Oh
okay.
yeah.
We'll have to do a Nickelodeon episode.
Oh, this
but
definitely.
yeah,
Blue's
definitely.
Clues is
There'll be like a
awesome,
kids
and then,
Nickelodeon.
and then my
So many of those episodes. Yeah.
quick little tangent. My mom was awesome because she was a stay-at-home mom, and for my brother's birthday party, she did a Blue's Clues theme, and she had paw prints all around, and then gave
Oh,
all of his friends clue books. So
oh that's
Really?
cool.
yeah,
See,
and
that's
then
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
had one of the books.
Yeah.
that was terrible, John. That's a trumpet farting, making a blue noise.
That's exactly what he sounds like. Exactly the same. I don't hear a difference. I'm gonna blame the computer.
I do. I hear a
Like, he is
difference.
the judge because he's the only one
Yeah.
not making the noise.
That's
Susan's got it on lock. John's
Well,
is too
let's-
deep.
We'll let our viewers be the judge. Well, now you're going back to Courage Cowardly Dog.
That's dark blue. That's dark. That's dark blue, not blue.
I'm dark blue. Shut up. Hello, Joe. Want to play a game?
Wait, who's? It's not
My
Joe
paw prints in
anymore.
the pentagram.
I put the mail in your wrist.
Jesus Christ.
And then transition. No, you didn't. It's in my belly. Teletubbies.
It all comes full circle.
You must
On a
blue skidoo
clock
into your
with a
own
flexible
brain.
doll. And then we're gonna go
yes.
into nature. So boom.
And we're back
There
to
we go.
Blue's Clues fanfic.
Jesus.
So
All right.
John's favorite is Barney. Dinosaurs.
So
extinct.
one little
The
thing
end.
about Barney before we move on. Did you guys know that Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato got their start on Barney?
Nope.
You know
They
what?
did.
I knew that about Selena Gomez, actually, I think.
Yep. And Demi Lovato, they're actually on the same episode, or group of episodes. Yep,
Like,
they were both in
when?
it together.
Was this when
Yeah.
there was new colored dinosaurs on the show? Like after my
No,
time?
that
Not
this
the
is
Land
super
Before
early
Time?
on. No, oh my god, The
Oh.
Land Before Time is going to be one of the monthly movie nights. Yeah,
No, I was
think-
a dinosaur for Halloween, and I was
Oh.
the purple and green. But my mom made it.
Nice.
It was not Barney because I did not have a big old head. I have a small head.
Oh. Small head. Okay. All right.
that's what a mask
Different.
is for.
You don't wear a mask when you're a dinosaur?
That's right. What?
Unless
What do you
it would
mean?
be a plastic dinosaur or whatever.
Wait,
I don't
what?
know.
How did you wait? How did you accomplish dinosaur without a mask?
Because I just look stinking cute, okay?
Oh, all right. Dinosaurs are terrifying, not cute, but all
They
right.
are when you're a little kid and you go trick or treating.
They are when they're on Barney.
I mean, they are when they're on Land Before Time too. Littlefoot was a
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
A Ducky kind of bugged me a bit with the way she talked.
Ducky was the
Um,
popular kid.
Ducky was
She
the
was
popular
cool.
kid.
Isn't
I
Ducky
wish
the
I
one
had a
whose voice
friend
actor died as a child?
Yeah,
What?
that's the one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a sad
Oh, yeah.
story. That's a really sad
Uh,
story. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure her mom killed her.
Yeah, it was like crazy shit.
I heard Mike in the background go, "Ducky's dead."
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Mike,
Oh,
It's a little
jeez.
on
All
the
right, we're
sad
bringing the
Bringing it
vibe
down.
down. Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and move on from dinosaurs then altogether.
Yeah,
We'll go
jeez.
ahead and move on to our last segment here for the day, and that's our patented 1-star reviews. Things you wouldn't recommend anybody watch, anybody listen to, anybody look on the internet for, because it'll either give them nightmares or, you know what, it'll just bore them to death, and nobody wants that. So
You
go ahead and
patented
start with
1-star reviews? I thought we were patent pending. Nice.
I haven't checked in a little bit. We'll
Yeah.
check with the
Oh, all right.
lawyers. Well,
Yeah,
I'll
okay.
check to see if it actually went
All
through.
right.
With our patent pending 1-star review. How about that?
All right.
I feel like that's going to be a difficult thing to get patented.
that might be. Yeah.
Just saying.
What color
Let's go.
is the 1-star? It's not gold.
Right? Well, I don't think it should be gold. I think it should be I don't know, blood red.
No, that's
Dirt brown.
That's number 4 as the star in the classic star sheet.
Puke green.
We're gonna go with
Hey,
brown.
Green's
No,
Brown.
dirt.
I think
Dirt brown's good.
All right, yeah.
Yeah,
We'll go
mud brown.
the brown 1-star review. No, I don't like that.
Wait, you know what we forgot in this shows in here? Thomas the Tank Engine.
Was that PBS?
Thomas the Train. PBS. I actually don't
Well, it
know
must
if
have been.
I would guess it has to be PBS.
Right?
But we missed. So this is just going to be part 1 because we missed things
Yeah, we
like
missed a
Dragon
lot.
Tales. We missed,
missed-
Dragon
okay.
Tales is
School
amazing,
Bus.
and I love
We
Dragon
missed Sesame
Tales.
Street for one.
Yeah.
Sesame Street's like top of that
Tales.
list.
Dragon Tales.
Magic
It's all
School
good,
Bus.
Dragon
We did say it
Tales.
in the beginning, but
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. We
Yep.
missed
Yeah,
Bill Nye the
I
Science
still need
Guy.
to-
We
I
missed.
still need to watch the movie. I haven't done that yet.
Oh, Between the Lions.
Between the Lines, and then there's also. Where's your
Good
Bear
point.
in the Big Blue House?
Oh,
my
the Bear in the Big
gosh.
Blue House.
Yes, because there was
Oh my
also
God.
there was always the bear would go take a walk outside, and then he'd see the otter, and the otter was just
I
a little
love the
slow
otter.
in life, but he's like, "I'm in my puddle, come hang out with me." And then the otter would do something. He wouldn't get something right along the lines, and then the big bear would come over and be like, "Well, otter, you can do this," and he would just tell him improve. Give the otter some wise advice, and then the otter would feel happier about itself.
He
But I
dropped
feel
some
like
wisdom on that otter.
He did, because that's what the wise bear does, not run around on cocaine like today's movie.
That's fair.
Oh,
But
cocaine
we'll
bear,
talk
yes.
about all that in a part 2.
It's
Because
classic.
I feel like we could go on and on about those as well. We should
I feel like the
move
otter
on to the
also
1-star review.
went-
We want
fun adventures, and then another snap back into the reality, which is
Snap
also,
back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
but also it's kind of like the same of Between the Lions. It's the same vibe.
Yeah.
Both puppets.
It definitely is. And that's why we'll talk about it again. I promise we'll bring this back up. We'll have you back on to talk about it. But let's go ahead and move on to the 1-star review. Susan, what do you choose for your 1-star review?
You already know my 1-star review.
What is it?
The
What are
viewers
you
don't know.
choosing?
It's Becky's number 2 favorite show.
The shade.
Hater. The Teletubbies was integral to
It's freaking
many.
creepy. It's so creepy.
So
I will
I'm
give
stuck
you
in the
that.
middle.
I agree. It is creepy as hell. Like looking back on it, creepy as hell.
So I'm stuck in the middle.
Like,
I
I
found it
watched a
creepy.
lot of TV shows. I did not watch Teletubbies.
Yeah.
Which is weird because you're definitely in that time range of watching it because
Me?
you were probably in your 30s when it came out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
I was like, what? Technology? What is this?
I don't
No,
think
I was more
Teletubbies
of
is a.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill.
No,
See,
Teletubbies.
again,
Yeah. I
We
don't
got
know.
so much, so many more things that we could talk about.
Yeah.
But I think Teletubbies is a
Becky,
solid
what's-
pick considering I
It's
was
a solid-
terrified of it.
No, it's not a solid pick. I
It
was.
vehemently am against this pick, but what is
Obviously.
life without
But
conflict?
then, I know, okay. So here's my conflict TV show. I wanted to really, really, really love Reading Rainbow, although sometimes it was a bit boring.
Oh my
So
A
I'll
god.
little
put
bit,
that-
yeah.
I'll put that in my low star list.
All
Low
right.
star.
I
Wow.
will.
We got a
low star.
bonus. We got a bonus low star going. Okay.
It's here.
That's see. You know what's funny though is that Reading Rainbow. I literally only watched Reading Rainbow at school, like in first grade. I
Really?
specifically remember first
But then you
grade.
watch
Like
TV.
I never. Yeah, like they would.
so weird.
They would bust out the rolling cart with the big ass TV on top of it, where the teacher couldn't even freaking pull the weight of it.
Oh
Because
my
my
God.
first
They
grade
would
teacher
topple
was
over.
this very sweet little old lady named Mrs. B or Miss B, I think actually. And
Buzz.
but yeah, we would watch Reading Rainbow during TV time, and I never watched it at home though. Actually,
I never
Yeah.
watched it, period. I maybe watched a couple episodes, but it was definitely more on the boring side.
It
it
was.
wasn't.
That's,
It was such. It was like
The
I
intro
I
was the
have
best
fun
part.
memories. Oh yeah, have you seen
Mhm.
the DMX
Agreed.
remix of the intro?
Yeah. It's
Probably
It's good.
once. I'll have
It's
to
good.
refresh my memory.
Yeah,
Becky,
the DMX
what's your-
remix.
What's your 1-star review?
Oh,
What's
okay.
your retaliation here to this
My-
Teletubby
well,
hate?
So I don't have retaliation to the Teletubby hate, but I do have a controversial, probably, opinion, and that's going to be Arthur. Arthur is going to be my 1-star review because I just hated that show when I was young. I just did not like Arthur when I was young. Like, I don't know why, but it was just like super. That was a really boring show for me. I don't know. Like, maybe it's just because my feeble little child mind couldn't
Or
handle the
are you
constructs.
getting confused with The Busy World?
busy
The
world.
Busy
I don't even know what
World?
that is.
I don't think it's Busy World. It's Busy Town. I'm pretty sure it's Busy.
So, how about the fact that Arthur has 25 seasons?
Yeah.
It's
It
just
has
a long
two-
standing road. It has great books. I don't know why, like, that's on your bad side.
259 episodes. And Becky's over here telling people not to watch it.
It's
Don't
it's
watch
bad.
Teletubbies, watch Arthur instead.
I mean, to be fair, dude. Oh my God, Busy
Did you know
World.
he's
When
an
did?
aardvark?
Yeah, Arthur the Aardvark. Yeah.
So
He
basically,
sure is.
we find
Okay.
aardvarks.
So, Busy World looks
Oh
a
my
lot
God.
like the show
Arthur.
that has never been able to think of that I remember from my childhood. What
It
year
was
did
so
Busy
good.
World
My
come out?
brother loved that show.
Busy World came out in 1994.
Okay, I am pretty.
With the freaking
Oh my
cats.
God.
Ooh.
So, oh my God, this is finally. Oh my God, thank you, Susan. This show, I've never been able to think of what this show is, but I have very explicit
You know
memories.
why? I remember it because I couldn't remember it either. But my mom said, "Oh, Busy World," and I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah, dude, I remember watching that. My mom has old TV where like the speakers were the columns next to the TV
Is it the wood
with
panel?
the mesh in front of them. What?
And then you
Wood?
can, like,
Yeah, it's
tune
a.
it.
Yep,
Yes,
it's a
I would
big
watch
wood
Mary
box.
Poppins on that. And then,
Oh
like,
my
I'm just gonna
God.
Tune it so the picture's right.
I remember watching the
That's
Busy
so
World
cool.
with my mom in her room with that TV. Oh my God.
Wow.
Jesus.
I don't remember any of it, but it immediately reminded me of Franklin the Turtle for some reason.
Oh, Franklin. Yeah, that's coming up on that's coming up on the
Yeah.
Nick Jr. episode because that was a
Yes.
favorite of mine for sure.
Okay.
But
I think
anyways.
I got Franklin was a friend of Arthur. But I'm old, so
It
who
seems that
knows?
way.
But no, I when I was younger, I didn't like Arthur, so Arthur is it's going to be my 1-star review for this episode. I thought my 1-star review was going to be Boobas, but Boobas was not a PBS show.
What is Boobas?
It's
Not a
it's
PBS
the
show.
worst. It's the Aldi brand Teletubbies is what Boobas is. All right,
I
it
need to
sucks.
look that up.
I hate it.
It's like
Boobah, I think is how you spell it, but it's bad. I don't like it.
I mean,
Anyways,
as bad
Oh
as
my god, they're
Arthur,
freaking scary.
as bad as those are, as bad as Teletubbies are,
They
as bad
are
as
the
anything
Aardvark.
that scares you, I don't think any of them come close to my pick. JJ the jet plane.
I did see that.
JJ and the jet plane
That was
was
JJ
like this.
It was JJ trying to be as cool as Thomas the Tank Engine, which obviously
Exactly.
he's not.
It was like the Kmart
Okay, I
version of
never-
Thomas the Tank Engine.
I never watched this show, but that is unsettling and looks very much like it's trying to. Is that made by the same people as Thomas the Tank Engine, or are they just trying to rip it off?
I honestly didn't even want to look further into it. It was that
yeah.
bad. And like
That is
when I was when you look at it, it's unsettling. When you hear it and watch the faces that are clearly just kind of barely put on there half-assed, it is terrifying. Like, I don't know how anybody watched it because it was really,
I actually
really...
did watch it because my brother was watching it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It is scary.
I
But
mean,
I think
I suffered through it. It was okay. It was just like, and then Thomas the Tank Engine was better because you were on the ground, grounded, and not scary in the sky. And you got to go on different tracks. And the best track was the circular track. And you just go, and then you go into your station and go to sleep for the night. The end.
Yeah. I mean, I think all three are solid picks. I think these 1-star reviews are great. But I think
not Arthur apparently, because Arthur's just critically renowned for its
critically renowned, and it's been on
It's
forever,
genius.
And you're a horrible person. It's art. But I think they're all solid picks. I think we did a pretty good job highlighting our favorite shows, and I think a part 2 is definitely coming because we have just so many we haven't gone
Probably
over.
should have done more research on my wishbone.
No, you're good because I don't remember a lot of things from the shows, but I will say that I was really trying to scrape the bottom of the barrel to find a 1-star review because a lot of I've never even heard of JJ the Jet Plane, to be completely honest with you, but of the PBS shows that I've heard of, even though their production quality was not that great as we discussed earlier, like the financing and everything, they pumped out good shows. Like it was hard to find a 1-star review for me, to be completely honest with you. So I had to go with just like my least favorite show, which was Arthur, that I didn't like watching, but that still like is a really good show to everybody else, you know? So it's like, it was hard to find one, to be honest. So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, they had so many good things, and it was a great network, and it was what we all watched growing up. I mean, it's what our parents wanted us to watch because, I mean, Wishbone, you were learning about history. I mean, reading Rainbow, you were learning to read and stuff like that.
And
it was great.
Between Two Lions, it was definitely
Between
the
the Lions,
whole library vibe. Like, I wish I could be in that set.
Literature,
super cool. Literature.
Yeah, Between the Lines will
family,
be on our second one.
Family
because I
Bonds.
love that show.
On what show?
Mm-hmm. Between the Lines will definitely be
Okay.
on part 2 because I love that show.
Yeah,
but I think that's gonna.
Lioness was my mom. She was so cool.
Mm-hmm. I think that's gonna call it for us today. I think we've talked plenty about all this stuff. Is there any last minute things you guys want to say?
No, we've gone over, so I'm going to keep my mouth
Thanks for
shut.
having me on the show.
Yeah, no problem. We look forward to having you.
Thank
back.
you for joining.
Yeah,
Thanks for chatting
and everyone
with us.
else.
It was great.
Everyone else gets. everyone else gets to listen to the mystery sound, the Magic School Bus theme song here to play us out. So thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to go to YouTube if you haven't to subscribe there. Otherwise, thank you for listening. And holy cow! We'll talk to you next time.